And we're back on another exciting episode of Star Trek. Star Trek, no? Well, it isn't exciting. I'm all thrown up. Of Starfleet So Hail, where we have a casual, very casual,
Yep.
and informal,
Informal.
very
Yep.
informal also
Yep.
conversation about Star Trek. Today we're focused on Star Trek Discovery Season 5, Episode 8, Labyrinths.
Yep. The one about the
Ooh, Ruben's
library.
here. That's really nice. Hey, Ruben, like and share. Retweet our tweet. Actually, that reminds me, I gotta share the tweet with a couple of folks who might be interested. Let me do that real quick. But Marcelo, would you feel up to doing the episode summary for this episode?
Not really, because it's been a while since I've seen this episode. I didn't watch it
You
twice.
mean
So
you
I
didn't? I
only
told you this morning that we were doing this and you didn't rewatch it.
I didn't rewatch it. I'm sorry. I'm a bad co-host. I didn't rewatch, but I do remember the episode. I just can't do a summary for you.
Fine. I'll do the
Thank you,
summary.
thank you, thank
All
you.
right, so the Discovery crew
Oh,
uh we last remember they gave up Maul. Remember, I'll refresh your memory. And
yep,
Eriga, they gave
yep.
up Maul to the Breen, and now they're on their way to get the final
Glue.
clue.
Mm-hmm.
And they know from the Betazoid calling card that it's actually a library card of sorts for the great majestic whatever library. I forget what it's
Mm-hmm.
actually
Yeah,
called.
the library of the future.
Yeah, which I figured out what it reminds me of from Doctor Who, the Shadow Proclamation. Remember the Shadow
Yeah,
Proclamation spaceship, space
yeah.
station or
Well,
whatever? It kind of looked a
it,
little like that.
yeah. Well, when I was watching this episode, not to step onto your summary there, but it reminded me of that episode called
Silence in the Library.
yeah, Silence in the Library. Thank you very
Yeah,
much.
it's actually probably more, but that's a whole planet library. This is like a space station. Anyways, regardless,
Yeah.
uh, regardless, so they get there and we revisit um, an old setting, which is the Badlands. And oh hey, congratulations to the salon. They reached 75 subscribers. So if anyone's watching this
Woo!
and wants to subscribe to the salon, get them over there. And I think
They
it's
kick ass,
Stanley's
by the way.
birthday soon. If it's not today, it's coming up. So happy birthday, Stanley, if that's you behind the salon there.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, so they get to the Badlands. You remember the Badlands, Marcelo?
Oh hell yeah, absolutely. One
Yeah,
of my favorite Star Trek shows, Voyager, starts out with Chakotay and Chakotay and at least B'Elanna going into the Badlands.
that's right. Or not Balana, but oh yeah, I guess shoot
Yeah,
the
yeah, yeah,
Voyager
yeah,
and stuff like that.
yeah, yeah, yeah. She was with Chakotay and Tuvok. Remember, they had their own ship, and
Chakotay.
they were being chased by Gully Vec, right? That dude of
I don't
the
remember. It's been a while since
Cardassian
I've
forecourt. Yeah.
watched the Voyager premiere, and I was probably not doing
Sorry.
a good job paying attention. But I'll have to. We'll talk about that later. Anyway, they go into the Badlands. They get to the Badlands and they see a little kind of beacon, and they're like, "How do we find this place?" And to their luck, archivist Tyrell, who's so fabulous, I love her, or them, I'm not sure, but appears and hey, Benjamin. Oh my gosh, I'm just gonna interrupt my summary to say hello to
Right,
people.
a lot of people.
Sorry for those of you who are not watching this on YouTube. We have a live chat, but come to YouTube and hang out in our live chat. Actually, I can see if you comment on X or on Facebook, so feel free to join the chat. But the chat's really happening on YouTube, I feel like. So come on over to YouTube if you like. Anyways, she welcomes to the library and wants to give them the whole kind of welcome package sort of like description. She's gonna guide them through the Badlands, but Burnham and crew are in a hurry. So Burnham's like, okay, sorry, but could we just go in? And so she's like, yeah, sure, no problem. I'll give you instructions as we go through. And then hey Jill, see, I just interrupted. Marcel, I'm so sorry. I know I'm trying to do this. This is why I ask other people to do summary.
Yeah.
Like the
Like,
worst,
you can't you
the
can't
worst in
like
summaries.
like you
But
can't
anyways, they go through successfully, and Hyrel notices through their scans that there's a Quajon on board, which is our friend Book, and says that they have something of importance in the archive for Quajon, and that Book would be welcome to it. So Burnham goes in and invites him to come with us, and they have a little kind of like a heart to heart, but not kind of resolving from last week's tensions, but just kind of like getting to a little bit of a better place. She tells she tells Book that she does stand by her decision that she made, but that she also cares about Book and the things that he thinks are important. So they go on board, and Burnham is led to one of the chambers where there's this book that they've been looking for, the manuscript for Labyrinths of the Mind, written by Dr. Marina Derricks, the Betazoid scientist who is part of the what do we call them? The progenitor crew.
Yes,
the,
yes,
the,
yeah,
the
yeah,
progenitor crew, progenitor tech crew.
yeah.
And,
That's what we call them.
and then Book is led to another chamber where he is given cuttings from the world root, the tree, that big beautiful tree that they all get the sap from and mix it with their blood as part of like a coming of age thing on Quajon. And Book is just like super touched by this, and I actually got teary-eyed because of David Jala's performance there. I like felt his like surprise, and like it's like, oh my gosh, he never thought that this part of his world would ever be again. So it felt like really emotional. And then Burnham, of course, looking through the book, comes across this like metal kind of card or bookmark or whatever that's in the middle of the book, and of course there's a button. And what do you do with buttons, Marcelo?
You push them.
You push them. So Burnham pushes it, and vis-a-vis the similar kind of technology to what got Picard into this into his um, inner light adventure, if I'm not mistaken. She goes into this labyrinth, and it's actually, she's back in the library, and instead of Hyrel, we have Book dressed up as an archivist. And Book's quite different from himself. It's like a kind of amalgamation of different things, I think. But the character looks like Book, but it's pretty sassy. I like to imagine that it's Dr. Derek's personality that's coming through Book. So I think just similar to how like Culber was kind of channeling Janal in that one episode, Janal.
Right? Yeah,
I
yeah,
think
yeah.
this manifestation of Dr. Derek's in Burnham's consciousness, in Michael's consciousness, just happened to look like Book. I think I bored Marcelo with my.
No, I gotta. No, I had to do something.
Okay.
I definitely agree with you. That was a great moment.
Anyways, the Avatar character explains that they're there to help, but they can only really answer yes and no questions, and that Michael has to what's the exploding owl brain?
Be tested.
Oh, okay. Anyway, wait, what?
No, I was gonna say Michael has to be tested, but
Oh yeah, but I don't know what the exploding owl brain is. Neat, I guess.
oh, maybe.
Anyways, they Michael has to figure out a way through the labyrinth, pass the test, so that she can get the final clue, and the final piece of the technology, the puzzle that leads you to the technology. And meanwhile, the Breen arrive, and what's his name? Primarch Rule. Is it Rule or Rune?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, it's Rune. I think it's Rune. I think it's Rune. I don't think it's Rule. I think it's Rune.
Oh, okay, Rune, cool. So Primarch Rune is just like totally unhinged and out of control, and it will do anything to get at the clue and the technology. Thank you, Rune. Uh, and and so threatens to destroy the archive, and that's and that's when this is my favorite part of the whole episode is when Hyrule said, is it Hyrule? Am I saying her name right? Anyway, she says, "Sir, I'm going to give you the opportunity to restate your request," and then when he doesn't, Primark's Drag Race. Oh, and by the way, Hirel, thank you. Oh my gosh, the audience is the best. Thank you, audience, for helping me with my summary. I watched this episode just today too, so I'm worse. I'm not doing a good job here. But anyways, then she says, "Well, you, your permission to the archive has been revoked until further notice. May you seek knowledge elsewhere." And I'm gonna use that so often now, Marcel.
Yeah. No. I was on the stream with Stan, and Stan said he's gonna make T-shirts with that. Seek knowledge elsewhere.
Now that I think about it, that's right. Benji's pointing out how I love they took costume cues from the former Efrosian president, because Hyrule is an Efrosian, and they kind of have like a similar vibe. So good job to the actress who plays Hyrule, because remember, like, this president is not above the law. Like they're like
Yeah.
they're kind of straight shooters. Although Hyrule had some moments where she was cracking some jokes about, like, the moment with Book. Anyways, uh so they're running out of time. They have to figure things out. Michael's stuck in this thing. Culber and Rainer beam over to try to help her out, but if they disconnect her, she won't make it out. Also, the guy tells Burnham that if she fails, that she'll die. Basically, it's a
You
precaution.
will die. No, sorry.
Yeah, it's a total precaution so that the wrong person doesn't get the clue and keep going.
Mortal Kombat.
So all of this is happening. Plus, the Discovery has to figure out a way to protect the archive. And since Rainer and Culber beamed aboard the archive, and now their shields
Oh
are up
god.
because they have to defend against the Breen, we have Captain Reese.
Race.
Yeah.
Cool. That was a
So
that was a great moment seeing that guy sit in the chair. That was really fun.
yeah, and the actor who plays him had a really cool story about how his baby was being born basically when they were filming
Oh
the
yeah, then
scene.
he had to
So
run off.
what's that?
Oh, I think he had to shoot and then run.
Yeah,
Race to the hospital.
exactly. So yeah, it's kind of a
Yeah.
cool thing, a memorable
Oh,
thing. I think he said
story. Yeah.
something like, "When my kid grows up, I'm gonna let them know that you're being born right at this moment over here." So pretty cool.
Yeah.
Anyways, Burnham doesn't quite make it. She's at the last part of this labyrinth, and the lights are shutting down, and she still can't figure anything out, and so she's very vulnerable, and so she finally just starts to open up and to Derek's. And instead of being like kind of instead of deflecting and doing all the things we humans tend to do, to kind of keep our you know ourselves intact, our personalities the way that we want others to have them or whatever, she lets those guards down, and she admits that she's very afraid, and that she's afraid of failure, and all kinds of things that we, of course, have gleaned about the character over time. But the character Burnham, Michael, has not really kind of admitted to herself, and that's the test. That was the test, and Burnham passes. And then there's also, I forgot, there's a shoot 'em up with the Breen. Lots of action. Saru is not there, but action everyone else is. And the the Primarch threatens to destroy the archive, but Burnham snaps to right away, just in the nick of time. Also, Book is hurt. And they beam back aboard the Discovery. They put together the clues just in time to get the final destination, but in order to save the archive, they have to give up the clue to the Primarch, so they're going to have it as well. And Burnham makes him swear some kind of sacred Breen oath not to destroy the archive. And so so he agrees, uh, but Burnham, playing all that three-dimensional chess with her brother is thinking of a lot of possibilities here, and so she orders the shuttle bay to be jettisoned, to be emptied on her mark, and plasma to be released from the engines. And what was I going to say? uh, is he doing this from memory, or does he have an outline? I didn't have an outline this time. I'm doing it from memory, and I've watched this episode a few times actually. I think I've watched it like 4 times, but
That's more than a few, buddy.
I like this episode a lot. But anyways, what was I saying? Oh yeah, so Burnham gets this plan going, gives the technology to the Primarch, and just as the Primarch is firing all phasers upon the Discovery, they jump, giving the illusion that they're destroyed. And then the Primarch goes against his solemn word and threatens to destroy the
Archive.
archive. And that's when Maul's like, okay, I'm hitched up with the wrong dude here, or I'm teamed up with the wrong dude here, and says no, like this is not right, and then kind of calls him out on all his BS. And then the one of the soldiers tries to stop the Primarch from killing Maul, and that's when he's all like, how dare you, and then, and then that's when Maul takes advantage of the situation, kills Rune, and yeah, now Maul's in charge, and the Discovery makes it, but not quite where they're supposed to. They're off course and heavily damaged on the other side of the jump. And so that's where we're left, is with a damaged Discovery. They have to fix the Discovery in 5 hours, because it's going to take 6 hours for the Dreadnought to get to the location of the progenitor tech. All right, did I miss anything?
No, I think you got everything.
I think I did. I think I did a good
Yeah,
job.
yeah, you did a good job.
17 minutes and
Oh
44
God,
seconds,
Lord,
almost 47. We'll say 47 seconds now. So there you
47
go.
seconds.
All right, Marcelo, since this is an impromptu stream, I did not have time to prepare
That's okay.
any materials as we normally do. So
Slides.
why don't you go ahead and start us off by telling us what you thought of this episode overall?
Yeah,
Opening
no,
statements.
this episode was really, really fun. Like you said, I really found the librarian lady humorous. At first I was like, these people are a little strange, but as the episode went on, you discover that they've been alone on in that library for eons. So of course they would act a little bit funny. I thought it was a really, really interesting challenge for Michael to go into like this virtual world, and I really liked it. I really liked it that her test was to be emotionally vulnerable, and when she was emotionally vulnerable, she was able to pass the test, and because of that, she was able to get her hands on the clue, on the final clue, or the final piece that they needed to find where the progenitors are. I like that Maul killed the Primarch Ruin, and I like that essentially now she has a small army at her beck and call. So I wonder what she's gonna do with that. Like, is she going to cross paths with the Discovery again in the episodes to come, and is she going to be like the overall big bad, or is she going to do something else? So I'm wanting to see.
Well, we're gonna find out tonight, because if you
Yes,
stay up till midnight Pacific time, or 3 a.m.
3
Eastern time,
3 a.m.
you'll
specific
get to
time.
you'll get to see it. So,
Yeah,
but tomorrow
we're
essentially
gonna
we'll
find
find
out
out.
tonight.
So
No, but
we're gonna find
yeah,
out tomorrow.
no,
But
but he's
yeah,
right. But he's right.
I
Tonight, 3 a.m.
I think those are really good questions, Marcelo.
Yeah,
And hopefully we get some answers. But yeah, I was really surprised. I didn't think it was gonna go quite this way.
like
Like, I
that.
didn't think Maul was gonna become like, I guess they were building up to it. Now that I look back on it, she's been kind of giving glances, and she's been really reading the room. Like, whenever the Primarch makes one of his outlandish kind of like statements, she kind of looks around to see what the Breen are doing, and they're very good at emoting with their heads. Like if they're confused, they all kind of tilt their head, like or just kind of like glance at each other with that one green
Yeah,
eye.
yeah, like what, are we sure that we're not being led? What is this guy doing? Is he okay? Does he need some medication or something? No.
How recently have you watched Deep Space Nine? Just out of curiosity.
Not recently. I normally do a rewatch every year, but I haven't done my rewatch for this year yet.
Because I don't remember what the Breen were like on I
I
almost said GS9. I guess I was
GS
thinking
nine.
I don't know what
That's
that
funny.
was.
GS9.
I don't
No,
remember what the Breen were like on Deep Space Nine, except that they were brutal and like they were ruthless and all that. Just kind of like the general stuff. So I'm excited to like kind of venture back. I'm glad we're doing these discussions of Deep Space Nine on
yeah,
the Saturday series
yeah,
there. But it's gonna be a while till we get to the Brain. But still, um, I really like that we're getting a lot more insight into the Brain, and that Maul, she would be kind of an expert, right? She's the wife of the Scion, and like she spent a lot of time with Locke and stuff like that. So yeah, her motivation
I,
though 100% is to get Locke back. And I think the moment when she gave no more F's about Primarch rule was when he was like, oh yeah, I don't even need I don't need the Primarch anymore. With the progenitor tech, I could do whatever I want, which he's right
no,
actually.
but yeah, no, but the thing is that in the back of my mind, I think that Maul knew that eventually she was gonna have to eventually kill that that dude because she knew that that dude wasn't gonna give her what she wanted, which was like, so Hill just said she wants Lockback, and I don't believe that she gives a rat's ass about all those people that she controls. I think that the only thing she cares about is getting Lockback, and that's it.
Stanley at the salon says we got very little. The armor keeps them cold, but their planet doesn't require that. They have no blood. That's about it. So yeah, I guess we
Yeah.
didn't know a lot about them, but now we really certainly do. What does Rainer call those gelatinous a-holes, right, or something like that? I forget about.
Those, yeah, those, those gelatinous a holes are at it again. Damn, what are we gonna do? No, um,
Marcelo, I have to ask you to make it show for like two
sure,
seconds or so.
yeah,
Uh, could you talk about what you thought about the archive itself and all that
yeah,
stuff?
yeah, no, yeah, I could do that. No, I think the archive. I think the general idea of the archive is really, really fascinating. To have one central place where you basically have a collection of different types of examples of all different type of cultures is a really, really cool idea. Because essentially, if you think about it, that's what libraries were, or that's one of the primary functions of libraries, to educate the society, to make the society that much more intelligent by telling them of the future, by telling them of the present, by teaching them trade skills. So it's really cool that in this episode of Discovery there is a place like that for the future, and it's a place that, well, not a lot of people can go to, but if you're lucky enough, you can go over there and you can learn things about some civilizations that you would have never known existed, if if you hadn't have gone there. And I do think that the general idea of having a library of the stars, like
A galactic
some,
archive
yeah, yeah,
of all these different civilizations. And I like also that they were neutral and didn't really like they like had stuff from like warring, factions and all that stuff. So like it didn't matter that they would have the brain.
sorry,
Oh, you forgot to mute.
I know.
Now we know what you do.
Damn
That's
it! Now I
I
know
like
what
that. I like that you
I
do that
forgot. I
though.
forgot to do it. Blah.
Blah.
Yeah. Blah. Blah.
You
Yeah,
caught a Breen cold and you're
yeah,
hacking up
yeah. I can't. Yeah, Yeah, I can't tell you how many times I've done that, guys, on stream. So every time I do that, that's either I'm coughing or I'm doing something.
I think we have a couple of archives on Earth that are worthy. Well, the legendary Library of Alexandria would have been something kind of like that, with like lots and lots of knowledge from different cultures and stuff like that. But today we have the Library of Congress is the first one I can think of, and I was just in Washington D.C., but I did not get to go to the Library of Congress, but I should like to.
Yeah,
This particular library is an actual place. The set is an actual place in Toronto, apparently,
cool.
in Canada. So that was pretty cool. I hope to visit that one day. That might be nice. But yeah, sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. What else were you gonna say about that?
No, I just think it's a really cool storytelling choice to make. Of all the things that they could have done, for them to choose a library with the history of the universe, I thought that was interesting.
By the way, it's called the Eternal Gallery and Archive. So it's not really a library per se. It has libraries
Yeah, yeah.
in it, but it's bigger. It has like
The
it's
archive, yeah.
yeah, it's an archive of knowledge, and gallery implies that it also has like art and significant artistic works.
Mhm.
So yeah, very cool. I would love to be a curator, or I think I love places like museums and stuff so much that maybe there's another version of me in another universe that's 100% a librarian or an archivist or a curator of some sort, working in working in one of these places. And who knows, like the doctor, I may do that when I retire. I may actually just become an archivist or something like that, because I fell in love with the whole concept personally. And I just, if I were in the Star Trek 32nd Century universe, that would be my happy place 100%. So I think I really love the archive.
Yeah, you know, um, it's a really interesting thing. Seeing something and saying, "Oh, if I would have done this differently, or if I would have done that differently, maybe I could have been a librarian or a cop or a teacher or whatever." So it's true. You never know what life holds and what turns life will take.
Stanley says, "My assumption was they were in the book wing, since that's what they went to see. Hyrel just brought the world route to in from the unseen arboretum section." Oh, I like that. Oh my
An
gosh.
arboretum section. That's interesting.
I Hashtag budget, indeed. Yeah, it'd be neat to, as we a little bit of Star Trek news. We got some great news. The
Yeah,
lead
casting.
for Starfleet Academy is going to be Holly Hunter, the magnificent actress. Um,
Woo! Big Holly Hunter.
yeah, and I think only she, Michelle Yeoh, F. Murray Abraham, and I forget who else are Oscar winners who have come to Star Trek. Star Trek has a lot of great talent, though, in general. But my hope is that this is a place we will revisit. It would be neat to come back with students to the archive, and and check out other portions of the archive, and see it again. That would be really cool if they could work in a reason to come back to the archive.
Yeah, listen, I'm not too sure about that, but if one day we come back to the archive for a very specific reason, I wouldn't say no, but to do it like in 4 or 5 years, I think that's too early.
How'd you feel about the world route scene, when the little
I mean,
clippings from the world route?
that was cool. I mean, I'm really glad that book got that opportunity to have really a final chance to say goodbye to his homeworld in a way that he wasn't expecting. As we know, Book is a very emotional individual, so it didn't surprise me that he was very touched by it. Um, but it was just a really really kind and sweet scene for them to do for Book.
Yeah, now he gets to keep it, and maybe, similar to how like the Vulcans in the Kelvin films um, found a new home.
Yeah.
Uh,
Mhm.
maybe the Quajon that are survivors, because they weren't all on the planet, I'm sure. There's
Mhm.
others like Book who survived. Maybe they'll be able to find a new world and plant a new world, world root. Maybe they'll plant the world root on Earth. Who
Mhm.
knows?
But I don't. To be honest with you, I don't think Book's future lies with his people. I think Book, after all this is said and done, is going to go on. He's going to go on doing what he does, and meaning being a gun for hire, a you know uh, a facilitator by by some aspects. I don't think that he's going to become a ambassador for his people because I just can't see that.
I didn't mean him becoming an ambassador. I think he'll.
Oh,
I just mean that the Quajon that are
oh,
survived
okay,
might that have survived may kind of gather on a world somewhere, and maybe he could plant the world
right,
root there. Who
right.
knows?
The will tree there. Okay, I got you.
Yeah, yeah. But yeah, I kind of agree. Book. I mean, I for a while I thought Book might join Starfleet, but I think that's not his. I don't
No,
know what. Yeah,
that's not Book's bag. He doesn't know.
but I don't think of him as a gun for hire either, Marcelo.
No, well, I know. I only say that because that's how we first met him. We met him first as a smuggler. So
Benji
so
predicts that the progenitor tech is going to bring back Quajon using the world root. Oh.
no, no, do not bring back Quajon because if they bring back Quajon, then everything that they did with Book last season, which I didn't like, will be wasted. Some things have to be permanent in the Star Trek universe. Everything can be fixed.
Ah. I
Like for
kind of
example,
agree.
yeah, like for example, like, would you imagine if in Star Trek '09 by the end of the movie they found some way to bring back Vulcan? That would have took away the whole impact of the movie, right?
Yeah, isn't it? Well, let me read this comment. Stanley says, "I love the scene and the sentiment, but I did think it a little odd that anyone from the planet that randomly shows up can take it." I don't know. I like that, Stanley. I think it belongs to that culture, and especially after the tragedy that occurred, I would imagine that the best place for something like that would be in the hands of survivors. But I don't know. It's a good question. I'll have to mull that over a little more. What do you think, Marcelo?
No, I no. Listen. I think in some ways the people of the archive knew that a person from Quajon was coming, and I don't think they would just give that to anyone. I think they gave it to this book for a very specific reason. Um, yeah, so yeah.
Stanley, Stanley's like, okay, but what if someone else from Quajon shows up tomorrow? Then I think Hyrule would be like, oh, here's the name of the person who we gave the world route to. You can go look them up. I think they'd just be like
No,
casual about it. They'd just be like, oh yeah, we already gave it away.
oh
And I
yeah,
wonder if there are any other. It is a good question about uh, you know, how did there's someone who brought it to the archive. So um, so
sorry.
what's that
Who
story? Oh
brought it?
my gosh. What's
Who
that?
brought it there? Who brought it there? That's an interesting question.
Yeah. It could have been one of that would be too cheesy, but it could have been one of Book's ancestors. Who knows? Or Book's
Oh
brother could
my
have
god, that would have been too cheesy. That that's a
brought
step too far.
it. David Ajala tweeted Quajon forever a few days ago. I love that.
Oh, that's nice.
Um
Um, yeah, no, like again, I think the people in the archive gave Book that route for a very specific reason. I don't think if somebody else showed up for Quajon, I don't think that they would have done. I don't think that they would have given
I
that
think
visual.
100% they would have given anyone who showed up from Quajon uh to the archive. I think the archive is so hard to get to that they know you need a library card first of all. You need like access to it. to begin with. You have to know where it is. It's like intentionally hard to find. So the fact that Book made it, and that like he's the like they know that Quajon's gone, and that like the scan showed that there happened to be someone from Quajon aboard. I think they would have given it to anyone, but Book just happened to be lucky enough to be the first one to get there after Quajon's destruction. That's my read of the whole situation. I don't think that they meant for it to be him, but I think he was
Uh-huh.
lucky enough to be the person to get it.
That's a that's a good read. I don't know if I don't know if I fully vibe with it, but that's a good read.
So let's talk about should we talk about the Breen next, or should we talk about the labyrinth itself?
Let's
The
talk about the brain.
All right,
The
let's talk
cool.
about the Breen. What do you
The,
what do you want to
the,
what do you
the
have what are your
cool.
observations about the Breen in this episode?
The breed are fucking awesome.
They are pretty badass.
they're just moody. They're just kind of like like very warrior centric, and they're just cool. I like their helmets.
Yeah, they're really cool.
No,
I
but
love the update to the Breen. I think the old Breen looked cool, but the helmet looked too much like the Princess Leia bounty hunter
no, and
helmet, which I think it was like modeled after that, or it was like another
yeah.
version of that, or whatever.
No, and I I do like their societal structure that they seem to have a kingdom societal structure. I do think that that's interesting. Um, I do like I do like the way that they do funerals with like they're like it's kind of like the Klingons with the pain sticks. Well, not the pain sticks, but it's like with the Klingon staff thing.
Yeah, well, those are
Um,
painful sticks, I imagine.
yeah,
Their
they
weapons interesting. Yeah, you could use them for melee as well as they're also blasters of some kind for sure.
they just have a cool design. But
Commodore Trev, going back to the world route for a second, did you say how long the world route was there? I don't recall. Now I have another reason to go back and watch the episode again, but I don't recall if that was brought up. Do you remember, Marcelo?
no, I don't remember if they mentioned that. I don't remember. Sadly.
Jill thinks that it could be hundreds of years. I like to believe that too.
Oh, cool.
Maybe it was from the time of yeah, it's neat. I don't know.
Oh,
There's a
kings and
story there. If
queens.
we had short
Oh.
treks, we
Ah,
might get a story about it, but we don't have short treks anymore. So,
I like that.
alas.
Oh,
But
no more,
yeah,
no more ridiculous stories about turtles. Oh,
I appreciated that the Breen have a code of honor, and that
yeah.
Primarch Rule was out of bounds from that code of honor. Like he agreed to make that promise with a human, and you know immediately reneged on it. It just showed that he wasn't with honor. I think it also shows that he was manipulating his nephew. I mean, Rune, sorry, I keep saying Rule. But Rune, yeah. And
Ruin rules.
Rule, no, he does not rule. But
I like him.
Maul calls him out when he tries to like kind of spin the situation and say that Locke that Locke is the true traitor to the Breen people because he left, and she's like, yeah, he loved me, but he left because of you. And it seems like that, because we even see that early on. The Primarch's pretty manipulative, I think. We all
Yeah.
have relatives. We have relatives like that.
Oh
All of
yes.
us.
Oh yes. Oh yes. Oh
Oh,
yes.
you do.
Every no. Every family has a rune. Every family has one. Every, every family has a guy that he looks kind of shady. I don't know if I could trust him, but he is family, so I'm gonna trust him anyway. But there's always that thought in the back of your head, like, does this guy really have my back?
Well, it's like, okay, so like, I'm not gonna name any names, but like, in my family, there's that one relative who constantly uses me for tech support, and like that's like how
Oh,
like and that kind of stuff, and like there's never any offer of compensation
okay,
or anything like
okay.
that, and it's just
Never any other compensation.
Yeah, never, never. And like, I don't even get like an invite to dinner. Like, I don't get phone calls unless there's like a tech support situation or whatever. So,
Uh,
yeah, I think Ruin is kind of like one of those those
wha-
like bad uncles
wha-
that you dread picking up the phone
yeah,
for, but you have to because they're your family
with your uncle, yeah,
or aunt. I'm
yeah,
not
or aunt,
saying I don't want to
or,
give away who it
or,
is.
or cousin,
Or
whatever.
cousin. It could be cousin. Yeah.
No, but I think, I think Rune went a little crazy this episode, and I think if he would have kept his cool, he would still be alive.
I don't know. I don't know. I think that guy's yeah. I'm glad he's gone.
I'm glad he's dead. No, I'm glad you're dead. No, like Joker in Batman '89. I'm glad you're dead.
Let's talk about Reese and Rayner and like the whole situation, since we're talking about the Breen. How do you think the Federation did against the Breen today in this episode?
I think they did. I think they did okay. I think they held their own. I at least they weren't destroyed. I think they gave as good as they got. They gave the
Yeah.
Breen
I mean,
a
all of
good
the action was exciting, and I've watched it like 4 times and
a,
it's
a
still
good
really
walk.
exciting. I think it was really well paced and like, there's just like really great character moments for all the leads and all the heroes in this episode.
One thing though,
Like that scene where they're in engineering and like they're trying to figure out how to like get through the shield or whatever.
mhm,
Uh and what's her face uh Jet
Jet,
Rena
Jet
Rena's
Reno,
like, all right, now, and they like do your thing, and they say it and say all that was really great. It reminded me of like how like in Star Trek 6 there's all this action going on, but Dr.
yeah,
McCoy still manages to kind
so,
of crack some jokes and be funny
yeah,
and stuff like
yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah,
Cool
yeah.
stuff
Do 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 surgery,
on
Spock.
the torpedo. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's very similar type of vibe, right?
No, but there's there are these moments in Star Trek 6 where Bones will be like, they're getting blasted out of the sky, and Bones are going, "This is fun," but they're
Right.
getting blasted out of the sky.
Yeah, but that was like sarcastic Bones,
Yeah, this is fun. Yeah.
And Rayner was awesome too. He was like he had to make a tough call, right? He's
Oh
like
yeah,
5
he
more
did.
minutes and then we're gonna beam out of here.
He did. Yeah.
Uh,
No, no, I know. I think no, I think Rayner is very conscious of the fact that he was responsible for the farewell of everybody on Discovery. Like he had to make the best decision he could based on the situation that he was in. So
yeah,
so I
exactly.
so 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 I think he made the right call. Because here's the thing, like I did say that the Federation put up a good fight, but make no mistake, if they, you know, they could only take so much before the Breen would overtake them.
Right. No,
Um,
it's true. I mean,
so
that dreadnought's a really impressive, like they have the shield drill laser thing, like that was
yeah,
intense. And then even their regular standard weapons look like insane. Like I don't
yeah,
know, like
no,
that scene where they're shooting at Discovery, like
mhm,
she only like the shields were going down fast, like she didn't stand a chance. Like
no,
on
not,
a
yeah,
direct head-to-head combat, forget it. Like without cloaking, yeah, it'd be really tough. I mean, you could see how one of the 32nd century ships could probably hold its own against the Dreadnought, but the Discovery's like only a little bit bigger than the Enterprise. Yeah,
yeah,
it's like
no, and like but you said it there yourself. The Breen ship has some massive weapons. So even so Discovery could stay in the fight for a little bit, but I think Discovery from the jump is severely outgunned. Like like
yeah.
like seriously, they're gonna give like they could hang in like they were doing, but again, like I said, they can only hang in for a specific amount of time before they have to run.
So let's recap really quickly all the different clues that and all the tests that we've gotten for this progenitor attack, right? So the first thing was like Romulans are very, the Romulan scientists, they're very like kind of you know mysterious and kind of
Right.
like they don't really say the truth. They have that like hidden door or whatever, like the real front door is
Right.
actually the side door or whatever. So that
Right.
clue was interesting. They went on that adventure on the planet with Action Saru, and they found
Yeah.
like they found the piece there,
When Doug,
hidden.
yeah, yeah, when Doug Jones was still a part of the show. Where's the where's Dougie? I want some Dougie. Where is it? We
I
got 2
could have
episodes
sworn
left.
I
Where
saw
is
on
he?
Twitter. I saw on Twitter a little tease that
Oh, I
that
hate Doug
Saru might be
Jones.
back in the next episode. I'm not
I
sure,
want
but
Doug Jones. Uh,
Marcelo, can you believe there's only 2 episodes left? It's nuts. We're like
no, yeah,
Discovery's
yeah,
gonna
it's
be
good.
over in 2 episodes. I don't know.
Yeah, it's crazy,
I'm
man.
not like I'm not ready to let
It's
go.
crazy.
I just
No,
like
no, that's why.
especially after how enjoyable this season has been. Like I don't know, but
No,
overall, how are you enjoying the are you enjoying the
no,
season the most, or what where are
no,
you at with it?
no. It's been a lot of fun. It's just been one crazy thing after another, but it's been a lot of fun. It's been a
It's
lot of
been a
fun.
fun season so far, right? Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like yeah. Oh, and I don't even know, like, yeah, it's
No,
I don't
but
know. I don't want to let go. Hopefully,
no,
Disco gets a TV movie, like a streaming movie like Section
yeah,
31. I hope they all come
or a
back in
couple,
a few years. Yeah,
or a
or
couple.
as many as they want. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think she is
No,
the flagship show of this era,
yeah,
so
yeah.
it'd be
She's
cool
deserving.
also for a non-Enterprise movie, because the only movies we've ever gotten are with like the crew of the Enterprise. We've never gotten a movie for Deep Space Nine. We've never gotten a movie for Voyager, and we've never gotten a movie for anything else.
If they did a Voyager movie, I think like I would love that, but I think it would have to. I think they would have to do. Um, I mean, this would be sacrilegious to some Star Trek fans, and I might get people screaming at me right now when I say this. But I think they might have to do a recast. Like
A
if
recast for who?
for the Voyager crew.
Why?
No, like if you're gonna do like a live action movie, like have like
They can all
younger
they're all
versions.
I think they can
I
come
know
back.
all of the yep, yeah. No, but the thing is, they're also alive, which is great. But like, what story could you tell? I mean, Janeway's retired. Seven is captain of her own ship now. Tuvok is in Starfleet somewhere. Where is Tom Paris? Where is Polana Torres? Like, and Harry Kim is somewhere out there. Uh,
I think
so
a great like I agree to an extent. And Benji, even
how
if
could
can
you?
you imagine them doing a Voyager movie now? I agree to an extent, but I think it would be much like Star Trek Picard, where like you'd have to have a mix
Oh,
of like the next Voyager generation with the previous
okay.
Voyager generation. Like they
Yeah,
might
no,
not,
yeah,
yeah,
yeah. No,
you
that's
know.
why. That's why I just mentioned if I was if Paramount were to ask me to do a Voyager film, I was like, yeah, I would love to do a Voyager film, but I would much rather prefer the, the sort of status quo, and that's why I'll probably recast. Um,
The
um,
Salon and Stanley agree with you. Voyager's the one I think
okay.
reboot and not current day movie would work better.
Yeah, reboot. No, and like I say reboot, but let me be clear. Like if I reboot Voyager, I'm not going to throw them into the Delta Quadrant. I'm going to do something different with them. Which is mine to find out and yours to find and yours to think about. Uh, mine to know and yours to think about. But yeah, but unfortunately, I don't work for CBS. So woohoo!
Unfortunately, but maybe they'll fix that and hire you. Picard
Yeah,
and Prodigy have already given us lots of background. Would love to see 8472 return, and they would have to save the day.
that'd be cool. No, but the other thing, the other thing that I would love to see from current Star Trek is I would love to see a Enterprise reunion. Like, like,
That's another film that I think could
yeah,
work really well as an Enterprise film, kind of
yeah, man.
like towards the Yeah, maybe,
Yeah.
and there's a lot of interesting ideas with like Trip, not really being dead and
No.
all kinds of
Yeah.
things. Uh,
Yeah.
I
I mean,
so
if
who
I
knows?
yeah, I mean, if I were to do
Maybe
that,
that'll be a big surprise in the Section 31 movie.
oh,
We might learn what Trip Tucker's fate was, because a lot of folks speculate that he might have become a Section 31 operative. Anyways, we're getting way off track here. We only
yeah,
have a few
sorry
more
guys.
minutes left. So, but going back, so then the second clue was on Trill, right?
Hmm.
Super
Yes,
fun.
it
What
was.
was the third clue? That was the one with the Denobulan doctor, right? Was that
Yeah,
the
yeah, that
the
was the bull. I think it was the bull. Or what was it?
right?
I can't remember. I think it was the
Yeah,
bull.
it was running with the, with the water bowl at the
Yeah,
end.
yeah, yeah,
It was the
yeah,
planet with the dust, the dusty planet.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
The Whistle Peak.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Was
The
there a clue
water.
before Whistle's Peak though? Am
Uh,
I
no, okay. I'm not. I don't think so, unless I'm remembering incorrectly. Chat, help us out if you're still there.
so wait, Janal gave them the yes, there was a clue. Sorry, my bad. The
There was one?
Enterprise from the Mirror Universe. Yes.
Oh
So
yeah,
we
oh yeah,
okay. So
that's
we had the
right.
Enterprise from the Mirror Universe. Speaking of people that have been missing, Detmer and Owo. Hello,
Yeah, hello.
hello. Although I do like Asha and
Oh, look.
and Naya and
Yeah.
all
Oh
these
no,
characters. They're
no.
cool, and
That's
it
cool.
makes sense
Cool.
if Discovery, they didn't know they were gonna get
I know.
canceled or whatever.
I know.
So it makes sense that they were introducing new characters into mix to kind of like expand the show. So I'm
I
even more bummed that this is the last season, because we're gonna get
yeah.
more
No,
more
no,
characters.
no. But the thing is, I'm bummed because they did that for a story reason, or they did that because of actual real life reason. Because the character who, or the actress who plays Detmer, was shooting a film at the time.
Oh,
Um,
what about Owo?
I don't know what she was doing, but
Hmm.
but but the thing that really makes me bum is the final season, and we've hardly ever seen that. They should be there, man.
Yeah.
They should be there. Like, what the hell?
Oh, here
Whatever.
we go. Thank you, Stanley. The Romulan diary led them to the jungle planet, then Trill. Uh, Actually, the Romulan diary, yeah, led them to jungle planet, then Trill, then Mirror Enterprise, then the Dust Planet, and then now the Labyrinth. So that's all the
Okay.
clues.
Thank you, Stanley. Thank you, chat. Da-da-da.
Yeah, chat helps us out. It's
Yeah.
before Chat GPT, there was the live chat,
The
which is
live
even
chat
better. The live chat is always better than Chat GPT. There's so
because
much more knowledge in the live chat and
because
accurate
because
knowledge.
because there's actual people in there.
Actual people, exactly, which we appreciate, by the way. Thank you for joining us on this impromptu stream. So yeah, so anyways, they get this final clue, and it's the coordinates to the actual progenitor tech. So what do you have? Let's talk predictions. We already talked about Michael, but I just want to say again that Sonequa, just to add another note about Michael and her journey through the labyrinth, there were a lot of great moments, and Sonequa Martin Green is just such a superb actress. I really enjoy watching her perform. I know there's a lot of
Yeah.
people who are like, oh, Captain Burnham's the lead character,
Oh,
the only character, blah blah blah. And I was admittedly like thrown off by that too in season one, when I was like, oh, I thought this was going to be an ensemble show like all the other Star Treks,
nope.
but it doesn't have to be. And it's a different flavor of Star Trek, but if you've stuck with Discovery, it's actually a pretty cool damn show. So it's okay to focus on one character initially, and now we have a lot of characters that we have, and this season has certainly done a great job of bringing in, giving all the performers their kind of ensemble type moments. So it is an ensemble show this season. But anyways, going back to Sigourney Marguerite, she's just so fun to watch, and like, she can do such a good job at being like, you know, she is this character. She's created this character, and she embodies this character, and like you feel like Michael Burnham's like a real person. I'm
Yeah,
gonna miss
Michael.
Captain Burnham.
Yeah, Michael and I have had a very, very interesting relationship since season one. But the thing that has always remained constant with me with Michael Burnham is the actress playing Michael Burnham has always given it her 100% best all the way through. And Sonequa Martin Green is one hell of a fine woman. So I'm gonna I'm gonna be seeing that lovely face
She is a
in a
beautiful lady.
in a Starfleet uniform. But seriously now, her performance as Michael Burnham has been stellar. There's no question about it.
All right, so I guess we're gonna find out what the progenitor tech is. What do you predict?
I think the progenitor tech is something it's a device that gives its holder all the answers of the universe, and I think in some ways that thing can bring other people back to life. That's what I think it is.
So you think that Locke is gonna come back, right?
Uh, I don't want it to happen, but I think that's what's gonna
But
happen.
that's what's gonna happen. All right. Well, I guess it's time to give our rating
Well, what do you
and
got?
final
What do
thought.
you what do you propose?
I I have a red directive where I can't really talk about it
Oh yeah, yeah.
because
Oh, that's right. That's right. You do. You. Oh, well, I forgot. Okay,
yeah,
we'll just leave it
there's a
there.
red directive that I
We'll,
cannot. But that's why I wanted to know what
we'll,
your ideas.
we'll just leave it there. Then I forgot
We'll
about
just leave
that.
it there. So that's all.
I
That's
forgot
all
about
I'll
that.
say. um, but I can tell you that no, I can't really say anything.
That's all right. It's all right. It's
I
all
can't
right. It's
say
all right. It's all
anything.
right.
I'll tell you offline what I thought it was
All
gonna be,
right.
but I
Okay.
won't
Okay.
because now anything
All
I say will just
right.
not be.
All right. What
Anyways,
makes
whatever.
sense? Okay, whatever. You want to go with the ratings?
Yeah. So I give this episode a 10. And I think it was just such a lot of fun. I mean, I've watched it 4 times and it hasn't gotten boring or tiresome to watch it. So the rewatchability is pretty high as well. And I'm just having just a lot of fun this season again. And I just really wish we would get more Star Trek Discovery because I think they just have finally hit their stride. But also, hey, it's good to go out at the
On a
top of your
bang.
game. Yeah, at a bang. So
Yeah.
Jill says, "I hope Saru and Serina's wedding is under the new world route on the new
No.
Quajon." Oh, that is sweet. I like that. What about you, Marcel? Ratings and final
Yeah,
thoughts?
yeah, no. This episode was a lot of fun. Like I said, I like the work that was done with Burnham in the library in the thing, whatever it was. That was my favorite part of it. I love that she was so emotional. I love all the battle sequences with the Breen. Seeing Rayner be a badass, putting the crew above, putting the crew in the first position and taking care of them while Michael was dealing with her stuff. Yeah, this episode was just really fun, really solid, and for that, I'll give it a 7.
Awesome. Tomorrow we will not be doing a live at 11, Marcelo. Unfortunately, I have uh, a commitment that I cannot get out of.
That's
But
okay.
hopefully we can record it and maybe air it Saturday morning or
Yeah,
something
sure.
like that. So we'll talk
Yeah,
offline.
yeah, we'll
But
record
we
it.
should be back to doing our Deep Space Nine discussions this Saturday. Also,
I gotta
before we
make it
go,
for one of those, man.
what's that?
I gotta make it for one of those.
Oh yeah, we'd love to have you.
Yeah, I gotta make it for
We
one
would
of those.
totally
Sorry,
love
guys.
to have you.
Sorry.
No, no, no. The other thing I want to talk about is hashtag all hands on decks.
Oh
Sat
yes.
yes, Saturday Saturday.
Woo!
It's gonna be our day-long Star Trek Lower Decks
Party, party,
streamathon.
party, party.
We want as many people as possible watching Lower Decks on Paramount Plus and posting about their favorite moments from the show with the hashtag Save Lower Decks. And that's going to be this Saturday. So actually, let me see. It starts at 2 p.m. Eastern. So actually,
Well,
we might not be having a Star Trek Deep
no,
Space
but
Nine stream
no, but
it's
no, but
on
the
Saturday. I forgot about
no, but
that.
the
What's that?
no, but the Save Lower Deck stream starts at 2, doesn't it?
What's that?
The live stream happening on
Yeah, but
Father's.
we usually go on at 3, so I don't wanna
Yeah,
I think the
yeah,
lower decks thing's a lot more
important. Okay,
pressing.
okay,
We can hold off on the DS9 stream,
Yeah,
or maybe we'll do a special Deep Space Nine stream at night. We'll see.
something like that.
So yeah, that's very important. So it's in 3 days, Saturday, streamathon, 2 p.m. Eastern. There's gonna be a lot of cool people, myself included, but you'll have of course Geek Filter, Aaron Harvey's hosting it,
Yeah,
or he put it together.
he did.
Father's gonna be on, Rachel, Brandy Jacola and Dan Gunther, and Jesse
I'm
Gender, Jesse
yeah,
Earl. So
and I
so
might be there too, so
oh, cool. And Marcel
might
might
be,
be there as well. So
might
yeah,
be.
don't want to miss it. I already retweeted it on Twitter, so please go check that out. Very
Ask
exciting.
yeah.
All right, Marcel, what do you have to tell folks about that you're doing this week,
Yeah,
that where they can find you?
yeah, well, the best place to find me here on the YouTube places, my channel is Balloon Hit Productions, and for those of you who don't know, I am doing a episode by episode review series of For All Mankind with one of my best friends. New episodes of new episodes of us talking about the series episode by episode come out on Wednesdays. So I am a little bit behind in posting the episodes that we've done already, but we've already done 3 episodes, and those episodes will be out shortly. So if For All Mankind is your thing, go over to my channel and check that out over there.
Right on. All
Yeah.
right. Thank you, audience, for joining us. Sorry for the that I've been off my normal schedule for the streams. I've been trying to prioritize Discovery since it's ending soon, and it's also happening right now. So I apologize for those of you who tune in for the other discussions. But we'll be back to normal soon, I promise. Anyhow, live long and prosper, and we will see